Hey everybody, it's Lynn from A Bit of Birdsong. I'm in my art room in the house. So I think I've been a little confusing the way I've been talking about things, and I just wanted to clear it up for new subscribers. I have a freestanding workshop out in the backyard that I absolutely love. Jason did that for me. He painted it, cleaned it up, and I have loved using it. I still have it. But about 4 months out of the year, because the workshop is not insulated, it's very hard to keep comfortable. If it's 100 degrees outside in the summertime, it takes it a little bit to cool off. Now, it's not horrible because it's a small space. I have a really cute little heater that I keep out there, and it looks like it has flames in the front of it. I also have a window air conditioning unit, and they both do a good job. But the extreme temperatures, 20s in the winter, 100s in the summer, even 90s in the summer, it just makes it very hard to go out there, especially. So let me finish my first train of thought. I have the workshop outside. So there have been times in my life that I've been a full-time artist at home, and then other times I've worked a job to supplement or even full-time. And right now I do have a job away from home that I really love, but it keeps me away from the house a lot. And by the time I get home, there's not time to go out and heat up the workshop or cool down the workshop. So I find that I'm wanting to be creative and I can't. So we have this beautiful office here in the house, and Jason said, just take that over, put some stuff in there. I think he's really encouraging me to keep my workshop, which I call Paper Town, and this office inside the house. And will that not go back through? Someone gave me some beads, and they're really pretty, but now that I have pulled it off of this thin, the hole's not straight. Now that I've pulled it off of that thin cord, it is not straight at all. How interesting. I wonder if the others are this way as well. So I brought a bunch of stuff in from Paper Town, which means, of course, that Paper Town is a huge mess right now. And that's okay. It's cold outside. I basically have been making a little list of 5 or 6 things at a time that I realize I would like to have in here, and then I go grab them and bring them in. So I'm happy. I'm really happy. It took me a few days to feel like this would be an okay thing to do, but I think it's okay to have 2 spaces. Paper Town is not going away, but it may change a little bit. I really love to garden. I love having the grandkids over and giving them a space to play. I love Paper Town because I can open up the doors in the springtime and in fall, and I can hear the birds. I can see the sunshine. Paper Town may change a little bit, and I really love the way this room in the house is looking. Well, I thought I would add a few more beads to these cords, but the beads that I have are really not wanting to cooperate. They're very pretty, but it's like the holes through the beads are not straight. I think these are some old, very nice stones, the beads, and yeah, I really appreciate this gift. One of my neighbors gave this to me. I think she's been gifting these beads to different people, so I ended up with some, and I really love them. I wanted to show you the completed trash journal, and I know that there are people who this is not their style, or they don't really understand a trash journal. Not every journal I make is a trash journal. This one, I'm calling it a trash journal. Obviously, the cover is made from a cat litter bag. We sewed this pocket on the front. I have a cute tag from some body mist that I wouldn't wear. I just wanted to see what it smelled like, and it went on clearance. And as I've said before, if I have something like that, maybe I'll put it in the bathroom at work so people will have something to spray or whatever. because the bathroom is a public bathroom and it gets a lot of people in and out of it all the time. So I'm not going to just throw it away. Let me show you how this journal has turned out and some of the things that I'm doing with this. I dropped some of the Tim Holtz or Ranger ink alcohol pearl coloring down the front. And where are those? They're a little different from the alcohol ink. So there's the alcohol pearls. There you go. You can hear it now. There's like a little marble or something in there. And I love the alcohol colorings and inks. Look how sparkly it is. It just glimmers, and then at some point it'll stop shimmering and glimmering as it dries. And then it just leaves this pretty mark. So that's what that is on the front. I'm going to add some more to this tag. One of the things I just brought in is my hole punch. So I will be able to punch holes in my tags. As I'm working in here, I keep thinking, oh no, I'd only have one hole punch and it's out in the workshop. So I need to either get a duplicate. Amy would understand. Many of you would understand. I posted in my Facebook group a picture of a journal entry with my thoughts about the weather thing and how I'm feeling about that. And I got so many responses from people who have the same situation. They have a place that's not really conditioned, so it gets hard to work in it. And then they're stuck inside with not as many art supplies. So this is a very rich, full way to journal. And it's a journal. That's what it is. We can call it a trash journal because it does have labels. The cover is made out of trash. But it's also a documentation of everyday life. I write quotes in mine. I do artwork in mine. There's a tag from the thrift store where I bought something. I put the date of my little journal entry. The phone was crazy at work yesterday. Just all these little notes. We had 1 to 1.5 inches of snow on January 10th, 2025. There's a butterfly cut out of my calendar from 2024. And I have that calendar close by. It's actually on the other side of my art cart here. Can't see it. But let me show you. So there's the journal entry I shared in my Facebook group. If you remember, I'm about to glue that in. We'll go back to that. If you remember when I showed you putting in the pages are all different sizes. You have just a variety of pages, which is so fun. But in order to have more room for this style of journaling, to get more and more on a page, thus getting more and more in a journal and creating fewer journals over the course of a year that I'm going to be using to document life, I just took, let me grab the calendar and spin my art cart a little bit. I took a large page, it doesn't matter which one. Maybe we can just do one here. And I went underneath these smaller pages, like this one. Now, I like that. I don't necessarily want to cover that up. You know, I like this too, but if we want to see this beautiful artwork, and this is Susan Wingate. I'm not selling this. I'm not trying to recreate. She's amazing. I buy her calendars just about every year because they're so beautiful. And I'm going to take this larger page and let's cut it down. And then I'm going to round the edges a little bit, just not with a punch or anything. We could use a punch. And then let's do this one on this side. And I want to see that whole art page. We may cover some of it up. That's what happens with this kind of journaling. So I don't worry too much. And let's add some glue on here. Now, if you wanted to keep this, let's see what's showing up right there on this page. I've already put glue there, so it makes it harder, but let's do this. Let me try to wipe some of this glue off and move it. There are so many ways to be creative. So if I cut, looks like it's going to be sort of where these words are. Oops, I knocked my glue off. Sorry about that. Let's I could have used an X-Acto knife and done this really neatly so that we would have a window we could fold up and down so you could see this whole picture and what's underneath. I'm just going to cut out a square. Let's see, is that in the right spot? Kind of. We're losing some of it, but not too much. And let's turn it. Let's make sure that it turns okay. I didn't really spread the glue around, so I'm going to come back to some of these edges and get up underneath here. And one of the things that I like to do, so in order to keep this laying down flat, let's just tape these pages together here. That one went off track a little bit, but that's okay. I think I pressed down too hard, and we can add, I'm just tearing the tape. You can cut it if you want it to be really neat at the top. I've gone back and cut the excess on some of these pages. We're just going to toss this. So we have the little window where we can see the stuff underneath. You can see where I had taped the previous pages. So it starts to really have some structure, and we don't have our corners tearing like, and I can come back and put, like what I do is take a little piece of tape. This is one I'll cut because it's going to go over a little bit. Let's put this here and wrap it around. And grab my scissors. Just cut that off at the top. So I don't mind at all adding tape and things like that. You can journal on it. It'll give you a distinctive spot to write something on if you have like just one little sentence or something. And let's fold this over here. So this is what I have so far, and I'm probably going to sew a large piece of fabric or something in here. Maybe we'll cut out a window for the cat. We will still be able to hear this crinkle underneath. We can sew a large pocket in. I may take something sturdier than that, like a piece of some sort of paper, but I don't know. I like it the way it is so far. I haven't decided on that yet. So turning this page. I love this stand right here. I don't know if you can see it. And sorry, I've probably shaken the table. I'm trying to get a perfect setup here, and I don't know. This whole video may be shaking. I'm really sorry. So I need something freestanding that can hold the camera. I'll try to be gentle. What was I saying? Let's pull this back a little bit. So there's a little package. This was the package from one of the body sprays. So, you know, in big department stores, things are marked up so that they can then immediately go on sale. And as the holidays progress, they go on bigger and bigger and bigger sales. Well, something that started out at $15, once it goes 80% off and then you get a discount, you're basically going to spend less than $1 for it, or about $1. So that's usually when I end up trying things like this. And I'll do like this sweet little package. I thought it looked a little bit like a birdhouse. And I'm just going to glue it right here to show the bird inside. I covered up a part of a little note here. Working retail can be exhausting. I know what it says. It's okay if it's partially covered up, because again, this is a really rich, dense way to journal. Let me see. Here's a Sharpie. So I can write up here, today is Monday. See, I've gone backwards here because that's a note from yesterday, which is Sunday. Today is Monday. We will what am I going to call this room? It's orange. The room is orange. It's so beautiful and bright. Creating in, for now, I'm going to say my orange art room. See, that's totally Jason's creativity coming out. He's the one who picked the paint color in here before I knew him. So that's all I'm going to write for now. I just wanted to show you this. So this is a little chocolate box that had chocolate. These are so cute. One of our neighbors bought us this little package, and they all look like books sitting in this really cute container. The boxes are beautiful. The chocolate is amazing. So I've just been saving those. So we end up with a little pocket up here. I just sewed it across the bottom. And then here is a little sketch from last night. This is just an old book page, and I put some ink on her, Queen Elizabeth, and another journaling note. So I will just keep adding and adding and adding to these pages. And I'm probably going to add some bulk or some extra area, square inches, to each of these pages going through, so that I can have a lot in this journal. So this journal should last a while. And where is it? So I was talking to my friend Amy about this. This is in the Old Farmer's Almanac from 2024. All of these little ads, and it looks so old. It looks like something from the turn of the century. This ad says, "Stop evil, inkling salts and yard dressing." Inkling salts. What are inkling salts? And I thought some of these other ads would be fun to put in. This is a lucky bracelet. And this website, it says luckshop.com. Now, I'm not telling you to go to that. I haven't been to it. I might Google it and see what it says about the website before I go to the website. Not that I will buy anything, but I kind of want to see some of this stuff in color. This looks so old-fashioned. So let's just stick this right up here. And if we wanted to define that a little bit, I love the Posca paint pens. You can just come over here and go right around the edge. And like here where we covered up, the flower with some tape. Let's fix that somewhere. Wait a minute. I think this is the pen I used to do the outline. Yes. So let's just fix it. Let's just put it right on top of the tape. So I think I'm going to stop there because I have some things I want to work on this morning. Thank you so much for all of the wonderful comments. I read everything and I try to respond to everything. Every comment makes me so happy. It makes my day. I do want to be on the channel more, and I will soon, I hope. In the meantime, I'm recording and creating as much as I can. Let's turn that into a little window. I should have just gone all the way down the side here. Makes it look like that little label is floating inside the house there. See, there's so many ways to be creative with stuff like this. And just because it's called a trash journal doesn't mean it's a waste of time or something that can't be beautiful. I know many of us create with recycled trash. We love to reuse and upcycle. So what I'll do, let me just finish flipping through and show you all the blank pages we had and what I ended up doing. I think where I left off, we sewed in the signatures. So there's the center of that one. When I go back and edit this video, if there are any areas where I have been shaking the camera too hard, I will just edit those out. You can see the tape didn't really stick there because it's curled up under itself. But yeah, we have so much room now to work. This is going to be a really fun journal, I think. With all of these large pages and so many different images, and we can just document so much in here. It's funny how I've accidentally glued or taped some of the strings and they were pulling the pages really tight. She kind of reminds me of Bette Midler. Okay, so there's that. I need to sew my little tag on the back, and I will be back really soon. Thank you so much for watching, and bye for now.